kind of positioning would be good, like if you don't have sentries. But you had sentries, you could have trapped them at the ramp. You're gonna lose 2 sentries, not back them. So basically, when you know a fight is guaranteed, like you know you're gonna win 100%, bag the sentries so they don't die. Bag sentries so they don't die.
Okay.
That's really important because you know it's gas that you don't need to lose. So now, right now, you're cornering probes, getting supply block. Like you see, just from that point on, 27 to 36. That's why, like, I tried to stay positive the whole game, but I knew you were fucked. No, but like, we got good experience though. We got
That's
good
right.
experience
That's right.
because you suck with the obs, but at the end, like, you started to be decent. So do you see like his 3 racks? That's where I would put the sentry in the main,
Okay.
the observer in the main, and then the other observer at the bottom of the ramp. You see him move out. You hotkey the one in the main, and the one at the bottom of the ramp. You don't hotkey it, but you clip it, so you don't have to like micro it or like use it, so it doesn't need to be hotkeyed. And then once he moves out, you use the one in the main, and you try to follow in parallel his army. So, like, you know, if they scan, you can still, like, come close to the army to see where the minivacs are going. So right now, you're really behind on worker and not making worker. The positioning of your tech building is just, like, nonsense, okay? So like I said, do you see, like, at the natural, like, the pylons to the left?
Yep.
Like, to the left of the mineral at the top?
Yep.
So right there, you put all your tech buildings, and, you know, like, it's the center, it's like the heart of your body, and the body is your base, and you know, they're never gonna rip your heart out unless, like, you know, you're really fucked up and you're bound to die. Like,
Good analogy. Good analogy.
thanks. Point is, it's at the back of your base. It's easily targetable, droppable, snipeable, everything you want to name. So that was bad. The forge was in the way. Let's say like he makes a doom drop and you have to get in your main. Your units are gonna, you know, take forever, and that's not good. Pylons on maps like Tolreem, on maps like this, what you do is you take 2 probes, you send them on each side of the map, and you make pylons around the map. What it's gonna do, it's gonna make pylons, and it's gonna see drops, and you're gonna be able to harass late game.
Okay.
So, you know, like 1 pylon per base on the edges of the map.
Okay.
Like, worst come worst, they're gonna take, like, 1 drop to clear 3 pylons. It's gonna take them a minute, but at least you're gonna have good vision. You understand?
That's right.
So, like, Tal'Darim, this map, it's good to, okay, so, take buildings in a non-retarded spot next time, and then... I'm really I'm not bashing. I'm critical.
I understand. I need that. I need you to tell me to fuck off, Rick. Really, I need somebody to do that.
Because even for me, if I don't like tell myself every day that I suck, I'm never gonna improve. Because if you think you're good, then you're not gonna improve. If you know that you suck and you accept it, then you're gonna improve. So next, take building in a non-retarded spot, and then spread pylons on big maps. Calderine, Antigua, and then spread your units. It's like, I'm telling you to spread your units, and what you do is you make 3 EMP clump up, you know? You agree, right?
Yes. I see it, it looks fucking retarded. Oh.
Spread unit and a turntable. Okay, so we got that, and then, yeah, second, like the forge at the 3rd, I mean, putting tech buildings at the 3rd is okay. Not ever gonna disagree with that, like a Templar Archive or the DD Shrine, but it was obvious that he was gonna rape you at some point at the 3rd, and then, you know, everything was there. But, I mean, good force field, like the first force field was retarded. But the yeah, and then he like the thing is, usually when they drops like this, you can like warp in charge lots and you'll do good. But when they have better upgrades than you, like you're never ever gonna do good. So, but yeah, going for the minivacs is really something important. That's why Blink Stalkers are so good. It's like, you know, they were trying to kite you.
Yeah.
What you do is you put the Stalkers on 2, and you blink next to his army, and you focus the minivacs as they're kiting you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, oh yeah, and one thing, as you make second Nexus, key hit right away, That's something. And always re-hotkey, even if you only add one Zot. That's something like you suck at. Re-hotkeying is like a big issue for you. And then, like I was saying, hotkeying the second Nexus as soon as you make it, because you cut a lot of probes because you're always so slow at adding it in your control group.
Okay.
Like hotkeying and stuff like that is something like that it will just come with grinding. That's why I always say, like, if you're below low master, you just need to play a fuck ton, because things like this, to get faster and to get better at it, you just need, like, you know, more muscle memory and just to get, you know, faster and play more games. But you're past that point. Really at your point, I said it at the beginning, it's all about efficient practice, looking at your losses. Like that guy was on 5 bases at the end. Really, you just like after a loss like this, if you're lost, like if you don't know what you did, just watch a replay and try to find like one big mistake you did, then focus on that one for the future games.
Okay.
And then you focus on your mistakes like every game, and have like little guidelines like, okay, so I need to be safe for this. So, and use the in-game clock timer too for like for timings that you get raped with, like Banshee, like the 6 minute for the Fort Gate, stuff like that. But yeah, no, it was a good session. So I'm gonna send you this. Well, I'm gonna copy paste to you the content of this notepad.
Okay.
And for next week, try to focus on that and PVT. And I guess next week what we can do is we can do PVZ.
Yeah.
And yeah, bring a macro game. And try to bring a macro game where you don't get your economy raped and come back in a win.
Okay.
No, but like it was hard to know, like you know, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we talked about it. That's how I figured out your weaknesses. But you know, if like you lose half your economy early game, and then you have like you know, you have like a really weird ass game where you just all in and end up winning, it's not too useful for me. But you know, more sprinkler units, more re-hotkeying, more making probes, more getting the good upgrades. AK not plus. AK going for armor first. But.
Okay.
And one tip until next week against Zerg. Once you get close to 200, make 2 War Prisms, one for the main and one for his like 4th or 5th base. And as you start losing food, send a few Zots at each base. He's gonna go nuts. You can kill tech buildings, and he's gonna get really angry.
Okay.
That's my tip for until next week for PVZ.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, do you have any last question about strategy? It can be any matchup, or it can be what we worked on today.
Yeah, last question. 1-1-1. What is the best opening build for that?
Like I said, 1 gate FE, because you'll have the 1-1-1 timing, the way it comes. Like, if you suspect it's 1-1-1, keep the observers at your base for Banshees, and just go 5 gate and pump out a few Immortals. With 5 gates, you should be able to be 1-1-1. You have to fight them at the middle of the map and buy some time. And yeah, I actually have a game of my 1 gate FE, but I don't think I have the replay, but I have it on YouTube. Let me give it to you. It's out to be 1-1-1.
Okay, yeah, link that to me as well, and I'll watch that video once we get off here.
Okay.
PVZ, if I'm playing on a map like Shakura's, should I open up the Forge fast expand, or should I do the 1 gate fast expand? Depending on speedlings?
Antigua, Tal'Darim, Shakura's are really Forge favored map. Maps like Antigua and Shakura's, you can still open like 1 gate FE or 3 gate FE, but really like not going Forge is silly.
Yeah.
Because it's like you have to do some kind of timing attack, or you have to get a really early turn to be able to compete. And if you get it a late natural, they can get just an early turn, and it's really hard to put pressure, especially on Shakura's. So going Forge FE on Shakura's is usually the best thing to do.
Okay. All right, DesRow, I do appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Make sure everybody on my stream is now following DesRow on Twitch TV. I also have his YouTube here YouTube.com/DesRow Fighting. I'll show everybody this in just a minute. Whoa, you need to step your subscriber game up, son.
What do you mean?
702 subs. We need to get you some views.
Yeah, life is hard, dude. Like, but you know, I don't commentate. It's more like the highlights of my stream. But sometimes I take videos and I commentate over it. But you know, it's yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for being tough on me. I really need it. I'm gonna look at your stuff. I'm gonna practice my ass off for the next week, and then when I come back next week with you, I will show you how much I'm now raping at life.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time, too.
No, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. You as well.